Good evening, folks. Let me get organized here. I'm going to share a few things that were huge in helping me be able to create and play the backing tracks without having it sound like I'm walking up and down scales. Start with your pentatonic. To me, there was no sense in reaching, using the whole diatonic or trying to find notes and by ear until I mastered the 5 notes first. I just did a simple thing of math. The fastest scale to learn, to me anyways, I mean learn so you know what the notes are, you know what they sound like in every block before you even play them. Pentatonic, 5 notes. And so we'll take E minor and use that for an example. Get to where you can, this is huge. If you can't do this yet, it'd be a good thing to do. And then, you know, so I'd go up 1 block and over. I've done videos on this, but I'm going to throw in a couple other things with it. So one thing I've already taught this, but I'm just going to rehash it a little, is each time you learn a block, most people know there are 2 blocks. If I said, hey, you could go here, or you know, but there's 5 blocks and they repeat themselves. So you could have in E, we got 1 block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks that you should get down so you can play them up and down like that. And then, but when you learn one, let's say we start at the low point here, that's the way I did this methodically, and I got good really fast. I already could play, but I was bits and pieces. I could go like from, you know, a couple things to another E up here somewhere or whatever. But this is what really broke everything wide open. It's taking the time to learn it. Once you get the first block done and then the second, go back and forth to both of them. And to be able to do it fluidly, to me, I recommend on this one, you can use any fingers you want if that's what you want to do. But what really made me step up, because I already could do them, but I didn't do them with the right fingers, for fluidity, to be able to just move and execute in the next place immediately. Go up it, recommend, you can either first, the middle of this, but this would be the best. The ring finger. Because eventually you're going to learn the whole scale, and you're going to need that finger free, the first finger, for the other notes when we start doing the whole thing. In this position on E minor, it'll only be 1 time you got to use that finger there. But on A minor, you'll need it for a couple times. And then if you do G minor, you're going to need it for, you know, there's going to be more places you're going to have to use that, have that finger free to play it without moving the hand side to side. Then when you start the next block, start with the middle finger, the here. The reason being, again, is it like in this case, you have that finger for this note, for that one, for that one. So you want to get comfortable with playing with the middle finger and baby finger in this block. Once you tie them 2 together, it's really important for you to be able to go. Really to start creating riffs, you know, you need that. Use this fingering. 3rd block for E minor pentatonic, start at the A note on the low E, and this middle finger, baby finger, so important. Because you got to use them fingers 3 strings in a row. if you use you can use these, but then you got to move your hand like to do the other things and stretch a little bit. That's why I sat down. It was very uncomfortable at first because I favored the first and third finger. You know, everything was like this. But now, when I descend on that one, I end up using the baby finger and the first finger. Any minor pentatonic you learn on the fretboard, that first block's going to be the same shape typically, like, you know, like the 12th fret here with the E. If you're doing an A, it'd be the same shape here. For B, it'd be the same shape. C, you know, all starting with the root note of whatever key you want to play in. G minor, you'd start with the G and then the baby finger. So, but the second block is this shape. That shape will be the same when you do it in A or B or C or D, any other key. It'll be the same shape. It'll just be at a different place on the fretboard. And then the third block is what I named each one of them as I learned them. Well, this one I call the step over block because you got to step over on the G and B string. And then you want to, once you get that block down, you want to tie them together, riff-wise. Start making up riffs. Intentionally start creating riffs. Just start making up riffs, going back and forth. You know, start out however slow you have to. You know, and if you want to favor the E sound, you don't have to start with an E when you play a E minor pentatonic. A lot of tracks I've played to, like out live, when an E thing. You know, just make yourself move and start doing stuff. Then it'll not sound like you're walking up and down that one block. You have to move. That's the biggest thing about it all, by learning them the way I'm showing it. Using the fingering I showed. You know, when you get here, don't try to find an easier way. I had students before COVID, and a lot of them, they were, well, okay, can I play that easier over here, or where anything I would start showing them, and I'd go, if you just go there, you're going to be so weak in your creativity because you're just trying to find that one place that's the easiest to do them 4 notes. You should purposely find all the hardest places to find so that no place is hard to play those 4 notes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did because I was desperate. I can't sing for shit. I knew I wasn't going to play cover tunes, and I wanted to go out and do gigs. I'm there, well, I better learn this freaking fretboard or I'm all done. And that's why I did it. And it wasn't easy to sit down and discipline myself, but I was glad I did it. And so on this one here, it's a third block. No matter what key you do this in, you're going to run into that shape on the third one. And okay, and then the fourth one, we start with the B, because your E, the first one is here. Second, third. Now this is the fourth. Using these fingers is the best way. When you solo, you can use any fingers you want. But develop them all by doing these fingers when you're working them and getting them under your belt. And the fifth one, I call the sandwich block. I only named the third one as the step over block and the fifth one as the sandwich one. The reason being sandwich, starting with the D note with your middle finger. The bottom two here, I call this bottom because it's lower notes, even though it's physically top. Is middle finger, baby finger, and the middle two strings are first finger, baby finger, first finger, baby finger, and then the top two middle finger, baby finger. So sandwich. And then of course this one's the same as the open one. And I say this, we don't have them down till we can play them without looking. And I have a hard time playing them without looking sometimes unless I'm sat playing for a while. Like if I try to do it now, and I've played them a gazillion times. I just got up from a nap, so I'm not warmed up. But to play without it, get them down, then take those. I'm going to use the A position, but I'm playing E minor pentatonic right here. This is that step over block. And then do them with that count stuff I've talked about. That's a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Go back to the second note and do 3. You go down one note, one new note at each time. And I do them like when I solo, I do a lot of hammer on pull-offs. God, I'm sucking. I ain't warmed up at all. So, and then the 6 count. And when you solo, you might just can you do them in every block? Then there's a 5 count. And then, like I said, if you do all these things and you move from block to block, anywhere in the middle or at the end, don't just go up and get to the end so you can find the other position. Work to do riffs on purpose, going down in the middle of the 6 strings, you know? Then you start taking these little ideas when you're playing over here. kind of stuff. As you're getting the boxes down, once you get the second one, go back and forth playing in them, and it'll start not sounding like you're going up and down scales. Because if you're just in a block with doing E minor, and you just go up it and down it, yeah, that's what it's gonna sound like. If you're just going up and down it, that's what it's going to sound like. That's what it's all about. Getting